So you're going to make the sound effect, right? Okay, so it's like
ding, ding, ding.
Because Lee
I had to get it to ring a little bit.
Lee forgot the chimes.
The chimes, the Loosey Goosey chime times.
We're on location at my place.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
so we're on location at your place.
This is our studio behind one of our studios. This is where the radio stations run from, right behind me here.
Our Horton Hills online station that you all love so much.
That's right. Our
we do too.
MP3 player,
basically
for Horton Hills.
Basically, Big Daddy Russ Horton. I'm Lee Lakin with Leah Wood in the studio as well, and welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're getting even more numbers, Big Daddy, and
numbers are pretty good.
We're growing. We're super excited. We've got our big radio reunion tomorrow as well.
Yeah, that's happening Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that as we get through the show, and
it's happening here.
Yeah, definitely, and we're brought to you by
Max Tires, and of course Max Tires, and not only do they sell tires, they fix vehicles as well. They have licensed mechanics.
Parking lot looks nice.
That's right. I mean, yes, they're beautiful parking lot. It's been done, and it looks gorgeous down there. And such a busy place, Max Tires.
Yes, very much so.
905-873-9255. I suggest you get your winters on because I see a little bit of snow maybe down the road.
Well, Leah posted something the other day about it on her way home.
Yeah, Leah saw it. That's Cambridge though. That's
that was, and those snowflakes, I'm not kidding you, no exaggeration.
Yeah.
They were massive.
Look like oilies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
They don't always, I mean, it's not, nothing has fallen on the ground and stayed there yet.
Well, the ground's not cold enough yet, right?
Oh, it did there on the cars till the next day, but it was all night.
Yeah. But I have noticed a frost in the morning in Georgetown lately.
Yeah.
With,
had a little bit this morning as well, as a matter of fact. And so it's coming. Get your tires done. Don't forget Max Tires, 61 Guelph Street.
Really, you don't want to be driving, especially around here with no snow tires on. There's a lot of hills here.
It's called Horton Hills for a reason. Do make an appointment, though, because they are busy, so try to call ahead.
One of the slowest news weeks we've had.
It has been
nothing
very...
really going on. It's kind of a yawner.
And even at my place, like, the fire trucks and the ambulance go by my place all the time. I live right by Highway 7, right? And it was actually happening when I left today. But nothing all week. It's been very, very quiet all week.
It's been very, very quiet.
An accident at 6 Line and Highway 7 just past Squeaky Springs.
Squeaky Springs.
That was a nasty one. They had the highway completely shut down. That was
talking about
Wednesday.
Redoing parking lots. Cedar Springs had their parking lot redone.
Yeah,
it's really nice there. No, it's a neat little spot, Cedar Springs, because
you're out in the woods, so to speak.
Yeah, and the prices are good.
Right.
I mean, it's a great place for prices. But and I'm happy to tell you that the main story is a happy one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And it's the town of Horton Hills inaugurated an orange crosswalk, and it's honoring residential school survivors and those who didn't return at the intersection of Main and Confederation Streets. This is back on October the 17th. And it's right outside Preston's, basically.
Yep.
If you want to know. Nearly 100 attendees. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it was pretty jam-packed from what I saw.
Students from Glen Williams Public School were there. They addressed by the Chief of Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, Stacey LaForme. They had cultural artist and teacher Eddie Robinson from the Missinaba Cree First Nation, and Mayor Rick Bennett, of course.
Probably his last, opening of any kind of thing.
You know what?
Election's on the 24th, so
Monday the election, and we'll be going into all that stuff. But it's nice to see, and I was talking to Leah off air there. I was wondering how the orange color came about, so we'll talk about that next week and add 5 minutes to that.
And add 5 minutes to that, exactly.
We have one of those dollar store timers here. It's hidden behind our box of Timbits.
Timbits. Today we're brought to you by Tim Hortons.
We're brought to you by Tim Hortons.
I can't see any of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about when the three of us get together every week. There's always food involved, and it's always junk food. Well, that's not junk food.
Well, no. When we started doing this, we were at Leah's kitchen, and we were getting fed quite well.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, we were going home and napping.
That's right, because
we were so tired.
She was making us burgers and spaghetti and this and that and the other.
Turkey soup.
Turkey soup, and then we moved to your place, and we moved to banana
mellows and strawberry mellows.
Strawberry mellows.
We did do barbecues.
We did the barbecues. Why did we stop doing that?
She moved.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But we could still do that, though.
I think Fridays became so frantic that we're trying to get a couple videos done and yada yada yada, right? So
yeah, it's true. And with your band, you're all over the place. Right?
Well, that too.
And usually
yeah.
on Fridays, he has to either jam with the boys and the girls, or he has a gig. So,
one or the other. It's usually something.
It's good to see. Getting back to the Indigenous crosswalk, it's good to see. It's good to see. Somebody cares, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and we all care. As I've said a million times over, you can't say sorry for something like that, but you can start it. And this is a great
start
way.
making proper amends, and
Yeah.
and moving forward and recognizing that.
And recognizing the significance of the horrific things that happen.
Yeah.
And I love the orange color. And we have to find out in the next show where that orange color came from.
Or if one of you
maybe
may post it on our site.
I should just Google it. But that's for next show anyway. So we're going to look at the election because basically,
well, we still got a little bit of news before we get to that.
Okay, you want to do the election at the end?
Yeah, we'll do that at the end. We'll talk about our candidates that we've got to look at for the upcoming election, like you said, on Monday. But right now, Halton Hills Ward 1 councillors recently presented a new act in business, and it looks very cool, and it's called the Zappa Project, with a community improvement program facade improvement grant to the amount of $7,395 to support renovations to their new storefront. It's a new place downtown Acton, as I said. John and Kaylee Sullivan spent the summer refurbishing the old dance studio building at 17 Mill Street into a coffee house, birthday party, event rental space kind of thing. Building restorations included new paint to the front and back entrances, a new sign, retiling of the front entrance. We are an Acton family hoping to create a space the whole family feels welcome, can enjoy. And it has been great having grants focused on the restoration of the downtown Acton. I could not agree more with that statement wholeheartedly. We really need to get downtown Acton cleaned up. That old sub shop that's been sitting closed for 20 odd years right across from Tommy's. It needs to get some improvements done. And I'm glad it's on the way. I haven't had a chance to check the place out, but I was going to go down there this weekend and check it out. We'll probably do a vlog from there. I know they'll be quite willing and able, but from what I understand, they also have fresh baked bread.
Oh, it sounds great.
Because there's no bakery in Acton. There's nowhere to get fresh baked stuff other than maybe Sobeys, and I don't even think it's really fresh baked. So it's like, where do you get, fresh? You can walk in and, you're just to die for,
We're going to be at the Furnace Room on November the 18th.
Yes, we've got that all locked up, Andy.
We might have a special announcement. I'm not sure yet. But,
we may.
We're working on something, let's just say.
We're always working on something.
Chicken Man Beer might have
a brother.
A brother. But,
here's some news. Here's some news for you,
Mike.
And while I'm talking to you, I'll bring it up so I can show everybody here. And I'm going to post this online. I met with Andy the other day, one of the owners of Furnace Room Brewery. Great guy, really nice guy. He took me downstairs to show me something that was very cool, and that is the last original bike that Chicken Man owned.
Oh my God!
He found it in London.
How did he find that?
The guy that...
That's amazing. Can we throw... I don't know if we can show that on it. We should probably put that up, though.
We'll definitely post this. We'll post this online.
Yeah, that's the Chicken Man's bike.
And that is the last known bike owned by the Chicken Man.
Oh, my God.
He was... When he passed away, he was living in London. And the guy had just stored it in his shed and never got rid of it. And Andy tracked him down.
Isn't that cool?
And went and purchased it. Drove out to London.
The chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got that coming too. So, but they're doing a
Mary Brown's and KFC have some.
They're also doing something very special. I'm not going to talk about it until Andy's ready to talk about it. But they're doing something very special as well to commemorate Chicken Man. And then, like I said, or you said, sorry, we could have some really interesting news about a brother beer.
I hope so. But
talk about the outage there, I guess.
The outage, of course, is happening on a wonderful day, the day of our radio reunion, and the morning of that. And it's October 22nd, Saturday, and it runs from 5 a.m. until 10 a.m. So if you're watching this video, it's right away, folks.
Yeah.
Because usually they're posted on Friday night or Saturday morning. But yeah, we're off from 5 until 10, and I believe it's some upgrades to Hydro 1. I don't think it's Halton Hills Hydro. I think it's Hydro 1.
Well, it's funny because I saw the outage map they had, and Acton is the only one not getting touched.
Yeah, Georgetown, it seems to encompass all of
everything.
Georgetown and Ash Grove. And
Yeah, it's Acton is the only one that's not going to have power outage. So I'll be fine.
Yeah, I've never known that happen before. Have you?
No, I can't
A
think.
planned power outage. It's like
That well, that large? No.
Not that large. Yes,
No.
I have, but not that large.
Not that
This
large.
encompasses all of Georgetown.
And it's
Glen
5
William,
hours.
Stewarttown, like it encompasses everything. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for everybody. Make sure you're, well, you might not have coffee in the morning, so the lineups at Tim Hortons and McDonald's will be very
If
busy.
they're running.
But they won't be running. But well, some of them have backup generators, right? Like McDonald's does. I know that.
Well, we have one at Halton Hills Online. We have our own generator. Well, Lee does. Anyway.
Yeah, I do.
So
I can run whatever I want.
If we have problems at the radio reunion, we'll just bring our generator.
Oh, God,
down.
yeah.
And
Plug it in, away you go.
Yeah.
I can run for 20, 30 hours on that thing, no problem. So, also in news, please be advised that Town Council will be considering the proposed 2023 rates and fees at the council meeting being held Monday, November 7th. This meeting will be held electronically via Zoom and can be joined through the town's website.
and one of the first duties of the new mayor, whoever that is.
Yeah, I guess so.
Monday we find out.
Yeah.
And we'll be covering that on Facebook and on the social media and
Yeah.
what's going on.
Well, yeah, we'll be
It's going to be an interesting
as
race.
usual.
It's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, we're going to talk about our candidates in a few minutes. Got a couple more stories to get through, but we'll at least give you the mayoral candidates, I guess is the best way to say it.
Right. And we got the Cellar.
Yeah.
Downtown Georgetown is reopening.
A new guy coming in.
New downtown restaurant. That's an old restaurant, the same name, but this guy looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And have you ever been in the Cellar? Beautiful in there.
Years ago. Yeah.
Absolutely
Years ago.
gorgeous.
A little dark for me, though. You're in the cellar.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
but
like being in an old strip club.
But the food is amazing, right? Chef
Better
Dallas
food, yeah.
Dallas McGivern has worked in demanding restaurants for 25 years and will bring his own flair to the Cellar's already renowned menu. And we're well known, I mean,
Yeah.
for the Cellar and the food, downtown Georgetown,
Quality food.
and quality food.
Not
And
your Mary Brown's or your McDonald's or your Pizza or
And now I can officially say it, the Cellar is right across the street from where the McGivern used to be. McGivern's gone, folks. If you
Yeah.
haven't been downtown
It's
Georgetown,
bizarre.
I'm
It's
warning you.
so bizarre to drive down there.
Isn't it weird?
It is. It is. After driving, especially you and I, driving cab for so many years, it was just such a. You turned right at the Gib, just always, and you had to watch that corner because people were stupid and always stood, out on the corner there or too far.
And for me, I used to have to cross the street and go up the street instead of, because Grandma and Grandpa and my dad did not want me as a young girl
Going by
walking past the big
Yeah.
kid. So I had to avoid
all the cat calls, eh? Hey, baby.
Hey, baby, what's going on? Come
where'd
in
you get
here,
that
have a beer
wiggle?
with me.
This is kind of cool because I was a little bummed out about this because Black Creek Coffee has a storefront in Acton, right beside Xena at Concept Leather, but you can't go in. You have to order online. And I'm like, I'm not going to order coffee I can't smell or can't have a sample taste of, or I'm not just going to order something all random like. Coffee's expensive, man. Now they've finally opened a place in the mall. They've got Black Creek. In addition to an espresso-based drinks, the new local establishment serving up iced coffees, specialty teas, regular drip coffee, and some baked goods. And they're in the Georgetown Marketplace Mall. So
And I just have to throw in there for I Have Resolve. Remember, they also have
yeah, they have coffee as
for
well,
sale.
but at least you can purchase it from them. Whereas this is what I was talking. To do coffee online, like I don't know, it's you don't get to sample it, not even smell it, and find out what the aroma's like. And
From what I hear, though, I mean, for what I hear, Black Creek Coffee is a big hit at the mall.
Oh yeah,
It's a big hit.
yeah, it's doing very, very well. Gorgeous spot they put in there too as well. So
Oh, we wish them well. We
Yeah,
wish all the
absolutely.
new businesses well. We support every business in town, not just, I mean, we're at different restaurants. We're at the Symposium. We're at the Appalachian because we support these. The Furnace Room, whatever. We support
Tommy's?
local Tommy's,
Tommy's, yeah.
whatever.
Next week we'll
support
probably be at
local.
Tommy's. So.
And there's enough of the pie to go around for everyone.
Absolutely.
And we want to tell you more about
My buddy,
businesses.
Black Rose Guitar House.
There you go. I mean, and it's this show basically is half about news and information. The other half is about local businesses and
supporting
and supporting all of them. You know, if it's a different cab company or if it's a different restaurant, we support them all and wish them all well. And that's the only way to be nowadays. And that's what community radio used to be about. And of course, it's changed now with the internet and stuff. But the most important radio is community radio, and that's
Absolutely.
what we do. That's what we do.
And
Plus,
we
we
do it
play
well.
Van Halen records. You know what I mean?
Love my Van Halen.
But Leah's on in middays, 10 to 2 every weekday, and we have all the news, weather, sports. Leah's on in the afternoon. I'm on in the morning with all of my characters. Peter, the piano player with a polyester tie, and the whole bunch.
Bud.
We just have fun. And of course, the gatekeeper. Keep your hands away from his mouth when he's eating. He's on at night.
I just keep your hands away from his
Moose
mouth, period.
tracks, all that kind of stuff. They're wandering off. Now, did you want to do the election now? I
Yeah,
guess
we
we
might as
can
well,
look
I
at it.
guess.
Now, of course, Monday is the election, folks. And it's amazing how well hidden that secret is. I had to Google it and say, what day is the election? Because
I always thought it was
we're
the
so
18th.
I thought it was earlier. I thought it was
They had
done over and done by now. But
They had early voting on the 18th and all that, but
yeah, David Carr, my buddy up in Owen Sound Radio, CFOS, he says that he voted online. So you can vote online. You can actually go online. It's simple. And but get out and vote because 6 months from now, if you have something to complain about and you didn't vote, then it's your own fault. So we're going to go over the candidates one by one, and we were going to have them on. I thought about getting them all together, but it would have been a lot of work to get them all together at once. So that's why we didn't have them on, because if you have one on, you have to have the other 4 on. And so
and that would be a very long show.
So it would be, but it'd be interesting, and we'd like to get the new mayor when.
Well, I think Chris Golden from Acting Up did the debate the other night at Town Hall. So
Good.
I think you can get that online on Acting Up, and then you get a chance to see and hear what they all have to say.
So we're going to meet them, and first we've got Norm Paulson. And you can get him at normpaulson@outlook.com if you want to email him. His occupation, Norm is the owner-operator of Acton Motors for 40 years, as a matter of fact. A family-operated business for 55 years, making it one of the oldest businesses in town.
Absolutely.
And he's very creative with his signs on the cars out there. I
God,
must
he's
admit
fucking
that.
great guy.
He hasn't had any previous political experience, but it doesn't mean anything, okay? That doesn't mean anything.
No.
Now, community involvement, volunteer activity. He's an active member of the Acton BIA for 25 years, so he certainly put his time in. He was asked why he was running, and this is what Norm had to say. Actions speak louder than words. I am of the people, not above the people. I am one of us, a problem solver, a people pleaser. I will work harder for our community, is what he had to say. And then we have Robert Guittardi, who's my old boss from Rolly Shagnetti's 40 years ago. Here he is.
Presently a senior manager in banking, an investment banking partner, small business owner, and now somewhat semi-retired. No previous political experience as well. His community involvement and volunteer activity include many philanthropic. Why can't I say that?
I can never say that either.
Philanthropic events and charities, Cystic Fibrosis Canada, World Vision, Covenant House, and much, much more. And he was asked as well, why are you running? Runaway exorbitant town tax increases, failure to provide transparency to our community, lagging being providing needed services to all our residents, and making it easier to navigate the bureaucracy to get those services brought in. So, and then Ken Page, it looks like to be our next guy.
Ken Page is, you can get him at kenpage@gmail.com, or he's got a phone number here, 416-414-9571. And he's also got a website too, kenpage.ca, P-A-I-G-E, by the way. His occupation, he's a CPA retired CEO. And previous political experience, alderman in a former borough of East York for 2 terms. He served as budget chief in the 2nd term. Community involvement and volunteer activity for Ken Page, Glen Williams Community Association board member. Why is he running? He says, I have a background that includes both experience and as an elected official and extensive leadership in complex businesses. The current council has an average tenure of, hi folks, of 20 years. It's time for new ideas from someone with the skill and experience to bring meaningful, positive change to our town. And that's Ken Page. And then, of course, we all know Brian Lewis.
Of course, long-time resident here in Georgetown and ex-NHL referee, which many people know him as well. Currently, Halton Hills Councillor, Ward 2, supervisor coach of hockey officials for the OUA and the OHA. So obviously still involved in reffing. Community involvement, volunteer activity, MC at Community Living North Halton event, welcoming town volunteers for the efforts for the Georgetown Fair. And again, he's asked why he was running, and I felt I had more energy, enthusiasm, and knowledge to represent Halton Hills as a mayor. I grew up in Halton Hills. I know the town and its residents well. There's a need to work with Halton Region to benefit Halton Hills. I bring leadership, bracketed here as NHL Director of Officiating, experience in budgeting, which was not in favor of last year's tax increase, and managing a significant staff. So, but like I say, long time resident. He's lived here all his life, you know. So, been a counselor for so long. So,
and quite the celebrity in the NHL, being a ref.
Yeah. And finally,
Ann Lawler,
the one you ran over.
Yes, that I ran over her sign.
Her side.
But poor Ann. Ann Lawler is town councillor, volunteer, community leader, and we wish her well in the election. Now, of course, she's founder and the chair for Trees for Halton Hills, Devereaux House Heritage Restoration. She's a founding board member for the United Way of Halton Hills, founding fundraiser for the Old Seed House Garden, co-chair for the Syrian Refugee Settlement Committee in Acton, director of the Georgetown Hospital Foundation, president of the CFUW, the chair and community development Halton, and a board member at Halton Hills Hydro. My God, she's a busy gal.
Yeah, very much
so.
So
So Ann's obviously got the credentials as well. So we wish all five
all the best. Yeah,
all the best.
Yeah, it's coming down to crunch time now. So
I did like what Robert Guittardi said about that link on Trafalgar there to Milton from here.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
It's desperately needed. As much as you have a lot of the long time standing Halton Hillites or whatever we want to call ourselves, not wanting transit coming in here. We already have it. It's called GO Train and Via, and it stops here.
And we already have it for certain people.
You know, but not having a link from Acton and Georgetown to Milton
the big
is
thing.
Idiotic.
Get us to Milton and we're fine. We can get the rest of the way.
There's a lot of good jobs out there for people in
course.
Milton.
Yeah.
And if they can get to them, they can earn a decent living instead of living, here and there. And we've lost some manufacturing here in Georgetown. There's been a lot of trucking companies coming in, but it's not hiring within here. So yeah, places like Standard Products and
that hurt that cut like a knife.
That was brutal.
Long-time business.
That was such a part of our fabric of our community, and so many people from Georgetown worked there. It was sad.
Yeah.
It was, I think they went to the States, didn't they?
Yeah, they went to Detroit.
The States now.
I think that was one of the biggest places we had here, other than Nielsen's. That's now Saputo.
Yeah,
they were like the two.
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
And when you think about people that sit there and say, "Oh, we don't want public transit here," you do. These people are coming in on the GO bus from Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, to come work here.
Yeah.
So why can't we send people to work in Milton? Because there's no bloody transportation there. And that's, to me, that's asinine. It's the same freaking region, and we can't even. You got to go to Union Station and back to go to Milton.
Absolutely insane. And that's just ridiculous when you think about it. that we would let's change that, please.
Like,
we
please.
can get to Brampton easy enough.
Sure.
A lot of people here work in Brampton. It's great, but look at the
jobs in Milton right now is idiotic. The amount of industrial they're building and manufacturing they're building in Milton is crazy right now.
Geographically,
look at the growth of Milton
Absolutely.
in such a short time frame.
Geographically, they're not that far away from us. They're
They're
this far
15
away.
minutes from my door.
To this side of Milton.
How many farm fields? 5 or 6? No, I'm saying it's 15 minutes country, not even.
Yeah.
Because you get. I go down 4th line to Milton. That's the only way to go from Georgetown, anyway. And it's 15 minutes. You leave the 17th side road in Trafalgar, and you're in Milton like 10 minutes later.
Oh God, yeah. My house to the top end of Milton isn't even 15 minutes.
That's right.
Well, even for me, when I leased out of a yoga studio, and it was on James Snow Parkway, just a little ways off the highway, it was 19 minutes from the north end of Georgetown
To there. Yeah.
And that's back road. That's not even highway.
Finally, in news, the proposed we've talked about this before, I think, a couple times.
Yeah.
The proposed redistribution of federal electoral districts has drawn a mixed community reaction and largely negative. No big surprise there. The proposed changes would divide Halton Hills between the districts of Georgetown and Milton East and Wellington-Halton, separating Georgetown and Acton as a result, which, again, asinine. We don't want the urban sprawl. It's a sleepy little hollow that wants to stay this way, said Ruth Rocheleau, who has been a Georgetown resident for about 2 decades. They're coming to get you.
Quick, hide them. Leah, hide them.
Where are you going to hide me?
This lady, as much as we talked about, we joke about the Acton-Georgetown rivalry that was there for years. You separate Acton and Georgetown, people are going to be pissed off.
Yeah, because
they're going to be pissed off. This is, a lot of people that are longtime residents like myself. I moved here in '76. You grew up here. You've lived here 40-odd years or 50-odd years, right?
25.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you Mississauga boy originally.
I got lots of roots here.
Yeah, but I'm all over the world, Antigua.
You separate Acton and Georgetown, you're going to have a lot of people upset. I think this is a total waste of time, money, effort, energy. Why are you even discussing this?
It's
makes no sense to me whatsoever. Are you trying to tell us, you're trying to say, we're going to build Georgetown up now to connect to Milton, but we're not going to have any transit there? Again. Nuts.
Absolutely crazy.
Cuckoo.
Now, why are they even
discussing it?
Why is it even a thought?
Why have they called us Halton Hills and put us together if they're going to do this?
And then change it again?
Honestly, there's got to be more important things to address.
Absolutely.
Than this something. To me, this is a very simple thing that is not of necessity. There are so many more things need to be addressed here.
Absolutely.
No, and I'd love to know whose brilliant idea this was to do this, because it's got to be somebody high up in federal government that's just gone, I'm just going to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Well, you're an idiot.
Raiders, of course, are back. And don't forget that the Raiders have new owners now, Georgetown Raiders. And the Saturday games used to be on at 7:30, are now on at 5:30 for the kids and the family. Brilliant idea. I mean, they were going head to head with the Leafs. So you got to admit, in this area, you're a Leaf fan and a Raiders fan. So why put them both on at the same time?
Yeah.
So let the NHL have at 7:30, and we'll have our kids, and we'll take our. And now we're appealing to younger families with kids who want to go watch a hockey game. And I'm talking, the OJHL is one step below the OHL. These kids are headed to the NHL. These are real.
Oh yeah, a lot of these kids are scouted. The scouts are there. The scouts are actually there, and if you actually go to some of these games, you get to meet some ex-hockey players because they're now scouts for hockey teams.
And we're going to be getting together with the Georgetown Raiders and having a meeting with them. We might even be doing some shows from the old barn at the old Masters Arena. We'll see what happens, but I want to discuss with them to market young families now. I mean, when I was a kid, and I've said it many times, the old arena, Milton, come to town, you'd be around the corner, you'd be lined up.
Yeah.
We want to see that again.
The whole week.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I've been to Georgetown Raider games this year. The people are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are coming out, and
That's
it's good.
It's great.
I would love to, when we meet with the Raiders, why can't we get a school bus and get somebody together to go to away games? Wouldn't that be neat? Once in a
Like
while,
they used
go to
to.
Collingwood.
We used to do that.
And I'm sure they could fill a bus and, you know, charge them, I don't know, $20 or whatever to go up and back. They'd still make money on it, which could go to whatever.
Especially if you're doing a close game, like you say, Milton, Oakville.
Yeah.
You know, go see the Blades.
Wouldn't it be
go
cool
see
to go out to Collingwood, though, one night? Just for the hell of it. You know, it's like the old Slapshot movie with Paul Newman, you know what I mean? And, what are you doing? I'm making it look mean. Remember when he's smacking the side of that bus?
Yeah.
You haven't seen that movie,
Yes,
have you?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I've seen Slapshot.
Best
It's a hockey movie.
Best
It's a hockey movie.
That, I'll tell you,
I
that's
haven't.
the
I know of it. but I
that's the
haven't.
best hockey movie in the world.
Oh God, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's so true.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that in that movie, and especially back in that era.
Yeah.
That, you know, you think of back in the '60s and '70s when hockey was around. It was a brutal sport, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, the '70s and the fights you used to see in the '70s, bench clearing brawls, and you don't see that today. Not the same way.
I didn't know that Paul Newman could skate like that. To tell you the truth.
Wow.
And the Hanson brothers, of course.
He's a pretty athletic guy.
He is.
Newman. Yeah.
He is. Well, he was anyway.
Or was.
But okay, so we're going to talk about the radio reunion. It's at the symposium on Saturday.
Yeah.
I've notified the other media there in town, IFP and the Halton Hills today, and we'll see if they report on it. They should, because there's going to be a lot of radio people in town on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a symposium.
A lot of your favorite DJs over the years.
Mike Devine's going to be there.
yeah.
We're going to have Evelyn Macco,
Yeah.
who is probably the best news person. Well, she's a gal, but she's the best news person I've ever heard in radio, apart from Dick Smythe. She's going to be there. Got David Carve coming down from CFOS. Mark Panopoulos from the FM 108 crew and CHML, and Stu Patterson's coming down, old CBC veteran. And it's just a bunch of old radio folks getting together and saying, "Get off my lawn."
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
We're going to be having old air checks.
Turn
at
that music
Chum,
down.
Old air checks at Chum and
CFRB and 1010.
all of them.
All of them. C-Joy.
Yeah, and we're going to be running that in the background, and Leah and I we're going to be doing a little bit of video recording. But poor Leah, she's so tired, isn't she?
Oh God, yeah. She's falling
tired,
asleep
yeah.
on the couch
She's
over
working
there.
so hard on our website, too.
I know.
She's I'll be all right.
I was going to tell her that. Just nap on the couch, and we'll
she's
just
making
clap
herself
really loud when we think we're done.
Making herself comfortable. But we're wrapping her up, because
Yeah.
there's our half hour of this week. So that's what's going on here
In
Halton
Halton
Hills.
Maybe not Halton Hills anymore. Who knows?
Oh God, come on, please. Why?
Waste of time.
I just don't understand why they're doing it. It's just ridiculous. So good luck to all of the candidates in the election.
All
Wish
award
you all the best.
counselors, yeah, everything.
And,
So
and the council, of course, it'd be too many. There's
Oh.
so many. And it'd be nice to see the back of the signs, to tell you the truth,
yeah,
as well. But have a great week. And, of course, what am I supposed to say again? What's the...
community is driven by community. You know.
navigate and we
drive.
You see, I just like bugging her. I know what I'm saying.
I know what I'm saying because I created it.
And I know that it's 905-873-9255 for Max Tires. And we're going to be doing a show from, I was talking to Sonia, who runs Easy Taxi. And, the back office there, we're going to do a show in there.
Oh, okay.
And with the picture of Rick Wood up in the back there,
Right.
the Easy Taxi, the cartoon, the guy that looks like Jughead.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing that from the Fred's Towing, the center of the universe. It's a very. Have you ever been in there? You've been in a Fred's Towing,
course I
right?
have.
It's like walking into a James Bond movie. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, look at all these cameras and everything else. But it really is a cool place. So we'll be doing that. Lots of stuff going
Like you
on.
say, we've got the November 18th show coming up. We're going to be at the Furnace Room Brewery. So, Andy, it was great to meet you the other day, and we'll be in touch. And, a lot of fun. So, for Big Daddy Russ Horton, I'm Lee Lakin, Leah Lywood.
Don Cherry?
And don't forget, Don Cherry on our station every week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate all the wonderful videos, our comments that we get. We've been getting a lot more comments, and we appreciate them. We love the fact you tune in every week, and check us out next week. And we'll talk all about the radio reunion.
The wonderful thing about radio is that we have theater of the mind, and we could create things. So we don't have our chimes. So what we're doing is this.
Bing, bing, bing.
There we go.
I went the wrong way, but
I was
oh well.
just gonna say.
But too bad. It's harder for me to go the other way. It's
Okay,
easier.
Take two.
Hold on. What? Take two.
Bing.
Hold on.
Bing, bing.
You're going the other way, and he's
Oh.
going the other way.
Oh, no.
You're both wrong.
Let's
We're
get
all
out of here.
faking it. So we're all faking it, honey.
Yeah, he forgot it. He forgot the
I don't say I
chimes.
fake it very often, but this time I am. Have yourselves a great weekend, everybody. We'll catch you all on the B-side.
I'm gonna grab a Timbit here. These are birthday cake. They get stuck in my teeth. These little things.
Oh, God.
They're
Any
good, though.
Timbit gets stuck in your teeth.
Well,